different ways, but oh good, I can see you guys. All righty. So tonight we are going to talk about goal setting. Ah, interesting. There it is. I was like, I'm missing a page. Okay, so who is ready to have their best year ever? And I want people to write in the chat. And Sunshine, in a couple of minutes, I will have you unmute because I'm going to be asking some questions. And I want people to reply. Like, let's not have me talking for the next hour. Okay? So what we're going to talk about today, and for whatever reason it is not wanting me to click with my little button here, is goal setting. Brandon Barber is somebody that is a coach that I've been following. We had him on a Zoom call, and he's also coming to Oklahoma in January. And I love what he said when he said, the joy is in the journey to reaching the goal, not the destination. All right. So I want you to keep that in mind as we move forward, because that really is what we want to accomplish for 2019 as we're going through this. Okay, so some questions I have for you guys. Who likes to set goals? Do we have anybody here that likes to set goals? A few? See what I've got going on. Caitlin says she does. Lisa does. All right. Can someone tell me why? Why do you like to set goals? Sunshine says if she achieves them, she likes them. Okay, Sunshine here, go ahead and unmute everybody. I'm going to specifically bring some people out here. So Caitlin, tell me why you like to set goals.
I guess I feel like if I set goals, then I'm more focused on them, and then I'm focused to achieve them, and then kind of, I guess in a way, kind of check them off my to-do list.
Good, good.
Like a bigger goal.
Exactly. So Beth says I like setting them, but I'm often not very good at meeting them. All right. I doubt that you're alone in that. Okay. So who does not like to set goals? I see Sue here says that she doesn't like to set goals. Do we have anybody else that doesn't like to set goals?
I'm kind of half and half. I like to set goals, but then I do get discouraged when I don't meet them.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that, Shawna Mama. All right. So who has written a goal and reached it? Sunshine has. Sunshine, would you like to tell us how you felt about that? Oh, you're muted. We can't hear you.
Where'd you go?
Successful.
You
Makes
felt
me feel
successful?
good. Yes.
You
Makes me
felt
feel
good.
like if I can do it, somebody else can. I can help them do it.
Okay. How about Lisa? You said you have written a goal. How did you feel?
It was really good to feel like I got there.
Mm-hmm. Good. So who has written a goal and not reached it?
I have.
Yes, me.
Who would like to share how they felt when they didn't reach the goal?
Frustrated.
Frustrated.
Disappointed. Yeah.
Disappointed. Anything else? Anybody?
Yeah, probably all those. Frustrated, aggravated.
Okay. Unmotivated to try again.
Discouraged.
Discouraged. All right. Thank you guys for sharing, because I think it's important that we understand why we set goals, why sometimes we don't set goals, and how it makes us feel. So who wants to hear about the secrets of the successful? Who here wants to be successful? Okay. So we're going to go over 3 secrets. There's lots of different secrets, but we're going to go over 3. Sunshine, I'm going to let you go ahead and mute everybody again. I can unmute myself after you do.
I'll keep you unmuted.
Okay. So secrets of the successful. Number 1, they have a vision. Okay, so according to Warren Bennis's classic on becoming a leader, leadership is the capacity to translate vision into reality. This means that success starts with answering a fundamental question: what do I really want? So, again, in the chat or raise your hand, who here wrote their story about what they're wanting for 2019 to look like? Good. Good. I got some hands going here. How about in the chat? Caitlin did. Sunshine did. All right. So who would like to share their story that they wrote? If you have it there in front of you, if you have it in a place that you can share it, unmute your Sunshine. Can they unmute themselves, or do you have to do it? You can unmute yourself. Whoever is the first to unmute themselves, we want to hear your story.
I will.
All right, Sue, thank you.
Sure. So here's my story for 2019. New Year's Day of 2019 was so amazing because the week before I had revised and completed my business plan for the year. So New Year's, I had time for the family before the push began on the 2nd. My list of the best prospects for joining me in the 6 Squared Strategy program have been contacted, and from that list, I had 3 people that were eager for more energy and more money this year. So we got to work together, and as they also started getting their 6 people that was excited to join the program, we suddenly had stars popping all over the place. That got the attention of some of my very first members who decided they had better take another look at 6 Squared, and 3 of those made the commitment. So now I have my 6 to run with, and they started getting stars, and they became senior stars, and 2 became executives, and that made me a brand new silver. I qualified 3 months in a row, so I got to walk across stage at convention in July, and as a big bonus, because of all of our growth, our upline Anita walked the stage as a new gold. I've learned to work within my strengths and create my path to diamond by looking for people whose strengths will complement my strengths, and also those people whose strengths will fill in my weaknesses. I have created a safe environment for my team to spread their wings and fly. And if they perceive that they failed, I remind them of the successes they had and how much they have grown as leaders. I have helped create hope in their lives and help them recognize their potential. Our team members have great relationships with each other, and we regularly pray for each other to reach the right people with the right words at the right time, so that we can be life changers throughout our city, county, state, nation, and world. We now have hope that there will be an abundant blessings in all areas: health, mental, financial, and spiritual, flowing abundantly through our lives on a daily basis, so that we can continually be a blessing to others. I have been blessed to be able to travel with my family this year on multiple occasions, and I was blessed by Young Living to get to go to Silver Retreat. Oh my, what an awesome trip to the farm in Utah, and the pampering was just amazing. Our team continued to work to spread the message about Young Living. We've increased from 60 people in 2018 to 500 members and finished 2019 at the rank of gold. My 2018 income of less than $500 a month has increased to over $5,000 per month. As my team watches me move up, they want to do the same. And I now have many at or near executive and several at senior star, and new stars are continuing to pop up every month. Our platinum train is picking up speed as we head into 2020.
Awesome, Sue.
Thank you.
I love it.
It was fun.
That was fun. I like hearing that. It was fun. All right. Oh, let me go back just a second. I don't know why this is not letting, I don't even know if it's going to let me go back because it's just not being very nice to me. So how did you feel, Sue?
About writing that, about my year?
Reading it, all of it.
I felt successful.
Mm-hmm.
I felt happy for my team.
Mm-hmm.
I was amazed at the rewards for all of us. And I really felt that as I wrote that. And then when I started looking at what y'all had done with your word, your affirmation, your scripture, actually that kind of gave me a little bit of stress, because I thought, I don't know what I need my affirmation to be. I'd already figured out the word was hope, and that took me a little bit, and it's probably too long, but it did. And then I found my scripture, and that made me happy. And then I tried a roller blend, and I really liked it. So my 2019's set up.
2019. And I love that you put that you were able to relax on New Year, spend it with your family, and be ready for the second.
Yes.
Because I think so often, I had heard her name is, I'm trying to think of her name. She does a lot of this goal setting. I've been watching lots of things on goal setting for the last couple of months. And she said, how you're going to have the best year yet ever for 2019 is to prepare now, right? And that's how everything is. Like if we start preparing now for tomorrow, we're going to be ready. If it's tomorrow and we have plans at 6 o'clock and we get ready at 5:55, it's going to be a little stressful, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. But if we plan everything ahead of the time, then we're able to relax, we're able to enjoy and do that. So I appreciate that. Now, this next part is for all of you that have done this. It says, secrets of the successful, number 2, they write it down. 80% of successful people focus on accomplishing a specific goal. So the first start is that vision that you just wrote, Sue. Mm-hmm. You are part of the very few, right? Because how many people are successful? We've got a group of people that are successful and we have a group that isn't. But 80% of those that are successful are the ones that write it down. All right. So number 3, this may surprise some of you guys. Succeed at failing. Okay, so what is the secret of a successful person? They fail. Has anybody heard the story about Michael Jordan and all his failures? Any professional you talk to, they're going to tell you their stats that are good, but when you look at all the stats of the other, it's a multiple times more, right? So it says the most successful people embrace the possibility of failure. Why? Because failing means learning, and learning is the only way to improve. It's how you react. Did you hear that word? React to failure that determines if it is negative or not. Okay, so let's talk about goals. We were just talking about how people said, I sometimes don't like to write goals because I might what? I might fail. Okay, it's not the failure, it's how we react, or what I like to use the word, the positive side of that is respond. The second part, Dan Coyle, best-selling author of The Talent Code, says that if you're setting great goals, you should only succeed in 50 to 80% of your attempts. Okay, so you're not setting real goals if you are 100% of the time meeting them. It sounds counterintuitive, but just knowing you might fail actually increases your likelihood to success, because your fear will motivate you to work harder and develop more creative solutions when obstacles arise. Okay, so if I set a goal right now to be a platinum, how motivated am I going to be to do anything? I'm already there, right? Been there. When you do fail, do a review on your failures. How many of us say we just want to forget it, but really it's right there in our head, right? Oh, I failed. I didn't do it. I didn't meet my goal. I didn't meet my goal. I don't want to write another goal because I didn't meet my goal. Instead of really evaluating it, so it says critically evaluate what caused the failure, and then brainstorm ideas for how you can avoid doing the same thing again. And the last part, let go of any goals that you did not meet that are no longer working for you, and set a new goal. How many of you have set a goal and you didn't meet it, but then part of you is like, well, I don't even know why I have that goal. Like, it's not even important to me. It's not something I even want to work towards now. But all you think about is the fact that you didn't meet it, right? So if it's no longer serving you, if this is not a goal that you want to continue with, some goals, we just need to change the date, right? We haven't met the goal, but the goal is still something that we're working towards, and we just need to set the date, a different date. But if it's something that isn't a goal that you want to work towards, let it go. Let's see if this will let me. All right. Okay. Secrets of the successful. I personally love to learn from successful people. Okay, so we're going to talk about some successful people in Young Living because that's where we're at. That's where we're moving, right? So Lindsay Teague Moreno, RCD, she said, you've been told 4,871 times that it's important to write your goals down, but you're still not doing it. Maybe you've tried and were really good about it for a few months, but got out of the habit. I get you. It's easy to do. Here's the thing. You need to be writing down your goals if you want to be successful. Seriously. Okay? So if you want to learn from a Royal Crown Diamond, she says you need to set some goals, right? How about Adam Green? He was the youngest Royal Crown Diamond at 25 years of age. You think we can get a little bit of wisdom from a 25-year-old? He said, I wrote specific dates on goal cards for each rank and hung the lanyards up on my wall to remind me constantly of my goals. I returned to the convention the next year as a diamond, advancing 3 ranks in 11 months. He says it's because he had goals right there in front of his face every single day. How about some other secrets of the successful? Melissa Pepping, Royal Crown Diamond. When asked why some people never rank up, she said the absence of a clearly defined goal backed by a solid why giving direction is what most people are missing to move forward. So who is ready to get started? Do I have anybody that's ready to get started? So Melissa Pepping, RCD, and many other leaders, including our great founder and farmer, D. Gary Young, have used essential oils to help prepare them for success. So tonight, we are going to prepare ourselves for success. Okay? Oh, and this is like moving. Let's see. Okay. This is something that I am going to do, so I'm going to share it with you. I'm doing this now, like probably I'm going to do it again New Year's Eve to prepare myself for 2019, but also at the beginning of each month. And that's monthly planning. And that can look like lots of different things, but we're going to talk about a few. Proverbs 29:18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. So those of you that have written your stories, that is a vision, right? You're writing down what you're believing, what you're seeing to happen in the future. So we're going to begin the month by anointing ourselves with these 6 oils, or it can be any of these oils, but we're going to go over it. See if I can move you guys down. I've got pictures of people here. Okay, so if you have any of these oils, you can utilize them while we're going through this, but know that I will make a worksheet that will have all this on there, so you don't have to worry about writing all these words down that are right here, but I am going to go over them. Okay, so the first oil is release. And what we want to do with this release is release any previous goals or feelings that are no longer serving you in a positive manner. So those of you that said, oh, I don't know if I really like goals or not, because of how they made you feel. And if that was a negative feeling that you were feeling because of those goals, what we want to do is we want to release those negative feelings. Okay? So I want you to inhale if you happen to have it. We're going to inhale. And we're going to inhale, anoint our forehead with one hand and the back of our head with the other. All right? And then you can also rub it on your belly button as you release. But I want you to think about those goals that have been lingering there in your mind that has been saying to you over and over, I never met that goal. Okay? For me, I might say something like, I didn't hit diamond in 2018. All right? So putting it on the belly button too. The next one is acceptance. Acceptance. Accept the ideas and feeling that do serve you in a positive way. Okay? Again, this one we want to inhale. I'm going to have to get me some more acceptance. And you can put this above your belly button also. The other one was below your belly button. This one's above. But think about those things and those ideas of what you want to do. So when you're thinking about 2019, what do you want to accept and how do you want to feel? All right. Now, these are oils that were recommended by many RCDs. So I took kind of a little bit from Melissa Pepping, from Deborah Rayburn, from different. Now is highest potential. So I want you to ask yourself, what is my highest potential? Okay, and you're going to inhale and anoint above the belly button. Oh, wait, below your belly button, kind of your gut area. Okay, so inhale and ask yourself, what is my highest potential?
What is that alarm point, Shawna?
I'd have to look it up again. Is that?
Okay. I was just curious. I can look it up.
I wish I could remember, but I just put it in easy form instead of what the actual alarm point was. All right. The next one is Envision. So there is a Bible study book called Vision. I don't know if I still have it in here. I had it in here earlier that I have done the last 2 years in October. It is great if you're looking for a Bible study to help you envision what it is you're wanting. If this was really hard for you to write your story or you haven't written your story because you're like, I don't even know where to start, I highly recommend it. You can get it through Growing Healthy Homes. But last year when I did the book in 2017, I used Envision every day as I did the Bible study. This year I used frankincense. So I just did something different. But on Envision, what you want to do is you want to close your eyes and see your story, feel it, and write it down, which is exactly what Sue had done, because you could tell she could really feel what it was that she had written for her story. And if you haven't smelled Envision, it is delicious. I love all the ones we've done so far, but Envision to me, actually it takes me back to California because that's where I started the Bible study in 2017, sitting at a pool while my daughter was dancing outside of LA. It was beautiful. So you anoint your temples here, close your eyes, and spend time. So like I said, this is what I'm going to be doing at the beginning of every month to prepare myself for what I'm going to be doing. Now, when Sue read her story, a question I have for her and for anybody else is, did you believe your new story? Okay. And I think she did. She's saying yes, right? All right. So after you use the Envision, after you close your eyes, you see your story, you write it down. We want to believe that new story. Okay. And remember, believing is that feeling after it's gone through that. We have to think it. We have to know it. We have to believe it. Okay. So we're going to inhale and we're going to put this on the top of our head. And Frances Fuller is an RCD that's been around for a long time. And this is how she uses believe. You could even just drip it in your hair. I know Miss Sunshine loves believe. But you want to believe your new story. If you are not believing it, you may want to use believe every day for 30 days. This isn't something you can't. It's not like you can only do these oils at the beginning of the month, but this is when I'm going to use these. All right. The last, I got this from Sunshine. I love this, guys. I love abundance anyway. But, oh, can you see it? There it is. Now it's time to walk in abundance. Who is ready to walk in abundance? So you're going to inhale and you're going to anoint the bottom of your feet. And I want Miss Sunshine to unmute herself and tell us why we want to put this on the bottom of our feet.
Well, just so you are reminded that you, especially if you're a Christian, like this is not your home, right? So you have a layer of abundance between you and the earth. And so the earth lives under the cursed system right now. And so if we put a layer of abundance between us, we're more connected to the kingdom, in my opinion. So good stuff. And
Thank
it's
you.
got a lot of oils in it that can be sensitive to your skin. So the feet always is a great place to put it.
Yes. And I just like to think about that when she said walk in abundance. I mean, just think about walking in abundance, right? We have already been told that we are abundant. We're believing this new story that we've envisioned. We have learned what our highest potential is. We've accepted it, and we have released any negative things. We're ready to move, right? We're ready to go. All right, so I put together, and like I said, this will be on the worksheet, but I put this little affirmation that has all of those oils that we just talked about. I lovingly release that which no longer serves me and accept that which brings me to my highest potential as I envision my future and believe in myself as I walk in the abundance the Lord has for me. All right, so I will be sharing that. I'll put that tomorrow with the replay and just on our site and give it to Sunshine too. All right. So I am going to share with you my exceptional life story because I'm going to show where I take a part of that, where it's in yellow here, and start looking at setting our goals, okay? So each day I'm filled with joy in my heart as I live out my exceptional life. I wake up in the morning and pray and take a gratitude walk as I enjoy the sunrise. I then make my family a nutritious breakfast to start the day. I enjoy my time reading my Bible and devotion, writing in my journal, filling my mind with positive thoughts using the word, affirmations, and checking in with my emotions. I then plan my day by reviewing and or rewriting my goals. I spend my morning hours investing in my family, my home, and teaching my children. I spend my afternoon hours focused on building my business to a 6-figure-a-month income with over 40,000 team members and supporting my leaders with education, coaching, and tools to meet their health and wealth goals and dreams. I am productive and accomplish my task and my goals with grace and ease. I watch the sunset and relax with family or a good book. I nourish my body and my family with healthy foods, drink half my body weight of water, exercise daily, and get 8 hours of good sleep every night. We enjoy the year traveling the United States, sightseeing, hiking, playing, watching golf, sharing both Jesus and oils with those we meet, speak at events, visit team members, and write my first book. Okay, so that right there is kind of just my overall life story because, as you can see, I have in there what's highlighted in yellow. This business is only a part of it. My goal is to run my business, not my business to run my life. All right. And that's my hope and dream for my team is the same. And I have that within that. All right. So again, I have highlighted. So what I want you to think about is when you're reading what you have written down in your vision is taking that and looking at that to set your goal. Okay. So that's why that was step one. If you don't know what you want your life to look like, it's going to be hard to know what your goals are going to be because your goals may not align up with your vision. So now it's time to write our goals. Now, I can say I want to be a Royal Crown Diamond by January. Here, let me go back here for a second. No, it's not going to do it. Okay, by January 2020. Now, who thinks this is a good goal? Anybody tell me if they think this is a good goal? Mom says it's a good goal. Anybody else? See if I see anybody else. Feel free. I can put this. I love it when my cursor's not letting me move it. Okay. There we go. You can chat here. Good. It doesn't meet the SMART goal setting. Yes, Miss Sunshine. All right. So Melissa Pepping actually calls this a get goal. That's what I want to get, right? I want to get to Royal Crown Diamond by January 2020. This may be what I want, but the question is, does it set me up for success? Okay. What happens Monday morning when I get up and read my get goal? When I say, I want to be a Royal Crown Diamond by January 2020. Has anybody ever got up and thought, this is what I want, right? And I may spend my whole morning thinking, now what? I want to be a Royal Crown Diamond. What now? How do I get there? What do I need to do? So I spend time watching videos, scrolling Facebook, and wanting Royal Crown Diamond, right? Anyone been there? Okay, so let's see if we can do better. We want to set a clearly defined goal that inspires us to action and propels us to move forward and grow each and every day. Okay, so how can we do that? We want smarter goals. So Sunshine said SMART goals, which is true, but we're going to add an ER to that and have smarter goals because I will admit I like to be smarter than the average person, right? Okay, and my mom says yes. So a smarter goal would be S specific. And I will have this also on the worksheet for you guys. So feel free to take notes, but just know I will have it up there for you. So S is for specific. M is for measurable. That means you need to include a number. Okay, if you have a goal and there are no numbers in there, it's not measurable. A is an action verb included. All right, because we want this to inspire us to action. R is risky, outside of our comfort zone. Remember what we said, 50 to 80% of the goals that we set, we shouldn't even be able to meet, okay? If it's not risky, we're gonna meet it, right? Is it a real goal? Is it a smarter goal? No, it's just a boring goal. T is for time key, how often and by when. E, energy when working towards this goal. So if you guys remember when we listened to Rhonda Boyle, she talked about our strengths. And one of the things I really learned from her this past year is that when we're working within our strengths, it's going to bring us energy. The same thing goes for our goals. If you have a good goal going for you, it's going to give you energy when you're working towards it. If you are working towards a goal and it is sucking the energy out of you, you need to ask yourself, is this the goal for me? Okay, that's why I'm not going to write your goals for you. I need you to write your own goals because everybody's goals are going to be dependent on them. And then here's the catch. Remember when we had Gary Cox talk to us about the fits, right? That's when we reward ourselves. And Miss Sunshine shared my secret. I set a reward goal and I never gave myself it. All right. I actually had my family give it to me for Christmas. It was an iPad. And I said I would get myself an iPad when I hit gold. And I didn't buy it. And then I hit platinum. And I still had said the same thing. Oh, when I hit platinum, I'll do it. I hit platinum and I was platinum for probably a year and 3 months. And I was just like, oh, I'll just let my family get it for me for Christmas. Okay. And that is not setting yourself up for success because your brain is going to say, well, what if I work really, really hard for this goal and I still don't even get what I want? Right? Okay. So think about each goal being a project. So when you're writing this goal, think about it being a project. Remember, the joy is in the journey to reaching the goal, not the destination. So we want to be setting ourselves up with projects that we enjoy doing, right? So what if my smarter goals were something like this? Goal. I will build, and I'm going to say this is kind of like my, they call it a BHAG, a big, hairy, audacious goal. Okay. I will build a Royal Crown Diamond organization by focusing on a strong foundation on my first level with 6 self-motivated people that are committed to the 6 squared strategy and inspire them to do it with grace and ease to meet their goals by December 31st, 2019. I will celebrate each rank by rewarding myself, Diamond, a new Mac computer, Crown Diamond, a new vehicle, and Royal Crown Diamond by going on a world cruise with my family. Okay, so that's a little bit different than saying I want to be a Royal Crown Diamond, right? So I'm going to show you here the smarter goals that we just talked about. As specific. So specifically, I will build a Royal Crown Diamond organization, being pretty specific there. Measurable included number. I said focusing on my first level with 6 self-motivated people. Okay, so not only am I being specific in the measurable, I'm also putting how many I'm wanting. Action verb. Well, okay, so I might have had more than one action verb in here. All right. Build, focusing, committed, inspire, celebrate. I put several things. Now I know what it is I'm working towards, right? I'm building, I'm focusing, I'm committed, and I can look and piece those together, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Risky. Now I could have put, I will build a Crown Diamond, or I could have put, I will build a diamond organization, right? But I wanted to be a little risky. I wanted this to be my big, hairy, audacious goal. So I said Royal Crown Diamond. Time key, how often and by when? In this case, I have by December 31st, 2019. E, energy when working towards this goal. I actually put in there how I want my energy to feel, okay? I put that I want it to be with grace and ease. Now, I could have put in excitement. I used actually inspire up there as my action verb, but that could be kind of in there with the energy and stuff too. But I want to know how I want my energy to be, and I want it to be with grace and ease. And I added my reward. And I didn't just do one reward for Royal Crown Diamond because there's steps I need to do to get there. And how often do we set this goal of, oh, I'm going to give myself this for this big, hairy, audacious goal, and then I don't have anything for those steps on the way, right? So now Monday comes and I read my goal of becoming a Royal Crown Diamond. But what I also see is an action plan, because I say I will build by focusing on a strong foundation. Okay, how will I do this? I will find 6 self-motivated people that are committed to the 6 squared strategy. Is that a little bit more information for my brain on Monday morning to know what to do than when I said I want to be a Royal Crown Diamond? Okay, so what do I need to do? Well, we can take our big, hairy, audacious goal or any goal that we have, and we can break it down. Okay, so here it's Monday morning, and I'm looking at my big, hairy, audacious goal, but I need to set a goal for that day. So maybe my today's goal is make a list of 25 self-motivated people. I'm giving myself a little bit of information there on who I'm looking for, that I would love to be one of my 6, my dream team, by 6 o'clock p.m. today, and then I get to enjoy a 1-hour TV program. Okay, so I've added all those, that smarter on there, even for my daily goal. Because if I'm not going to reward myself, the truth of the matter is I might get started about 9 or 10 o'clock that night because I'm doing all those other things that have nothing to do with my goal. Okay, anybody been there and done that? Another daily goal. Okay, invite 5 people a day to look at the 6 squared strategy and set up appointments for them to view the presentation and to follow up with a total of 10 on my schedule by the end of the week and enjoy 2 hours of reading for fun. Okay, now I know for some of you, reading for fun may not sound like a great reward, but for me, it's a reward. In the hammock, even better. Okay, and I will tell you, if you don't like to read, oh, don't set that as a goal, but that would motivate me because all week long I'd be like, oh, I can't read that fun book until I get my work done. Okay. And what I put here is now when I get up on Tuesday morning and I see this daily goal, I know exactly what I need to do for that day. Okay. Here are a few other ones. Daily goal, help my 6 committed members get their 6 by contacting them and walking through the Get Your 6 guide and setting up appointments as needed. When a member gets their 6, I will meet them for lunch to celebrate. Okay, so another reward. Goal, check in with each of my 6 members to see if they have their list of 25 completed and what I can do to help by 6:00 p.m. today, and I get to enjoy a 1-hour TV show. Okay, so again, if I've already met some of my goals that I'd shown a few minutes ago, there's still goals that I may change around a little bit to help my team. Goal, work with each leader on setting up appointments to share presentation, in-person, Zoom call, class, videos. When I have 6 scheduled on my calendar this week, I will enjoy 2 hours of reading for fun. Okay, so write your smarter goals. Okay, I want you to look over your 2019 story. If you haven't written your 2019 story, it's not the end of 2018 yet. So put on your thinking caps, smell your envision. If you don't have that, frankincense is great. Any oil that you have that helps motivate you, inspires you to think and dream. All right, for me, it's a nice hot bath. And then you can set your goals to help guide you in meeting each and every one of the areas that you write about in your story. So in my story that I wrote, it wasn't all about business. Remember, I had about nutrition. I had about exercise. I had different things. So for me, I will be writing goals for those different areas to work towards for 2019 because I want to have a well-balanced life. My life is not all going to be revolved around business. So we're going to have Sunshine unmute everybody. And I would love to hear any questions you may have. And I am going to unshare you guys this right here.
Shawna, I have a question.
Yes.
Like on your goal, you said invite 5 people a day. Where do you get those 5 people that answer the phone and talk to you about it? I mean, I'm very serious. I'm
So I
trying to cultivate being able to call 5 people. I text people, they don't even text me back. I mean,
right.
Okay, I'm trying to engage and yeah, I need to improve in that area.
Right. I will say that Sunshine and I are working on some training for you guys that are interested in doing the 6 squared strategy. One thing I want you to remember is that your goals, when you're setting your goals, I don't want you to think about your results. I don't want you to think about, okay, well, I don't want to set this goal of inviting 5 people because nobody's going to answer the phone. Okay. But you may find yourself setting your goal based on what you're having difficulty with. So, saying that nobody's answering the phone. Well, if people are not answering the phone, then maybe you need to look at another way. How am I going to contact 5 people? Does this mean something other than Facebook, a text, or a phone call? Is this getting out, knocking on a door or, meeting somebody somewhere?
Right. That's what I'm wondering, where you get these people you keep talking to, where you get them there. Phone, text, one-on-one, what, just everywhere? Because I know that you can talk to people like even standing in the grocery line.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think a lot of times it's getting out there. And then what I have found just personally, the people that don't answer the phone, the people that don't answer the text and don't answer the Facebook messages are the ones that I've already bothered 500 times. Those people that I call or I've texted or I'm Facebook messaging that I haven't talked to in a while or, just saw them wherever this past week and said, hey, we need to get together and meet for lunch. Like when I'm contacting them, I'm not having a problem.
Yeah. John Maxwell also says that the people that you really, really want are those ones that kind of like, I'm too busy and they might not respond right away. That's because they're sharp, and those are the people you want in your organization, the busy people. And so it's kind of a two-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think you have to think about it again. Is it because you've just messaged them once and they haven't replied, or is it someone that you've messaged, 10 to 12 times and they've never replied any of those times? Or has it been they reply about every 3 to 4 times? Kind of look at what that looks like. Again, sometimes it's just finding the right time. I have someone that I went to high school with, and I just had taken my son to the library last week. I think that was Wednesday. And I ran into him, and he's one of those people that I have messaged off and on in the last few years. And sometimes he replies and sometimes he doesn't. But guess what? When I had messaged him on Facebook that night, how great it was to see him and stuff, he replied right back. We had just talked, about things there at the library. So, sometimes it's just getting back into that communication and that relationship with somebody to get them to reply back.
Also, I want to pop in here and say something. I think, I know for me, sometimes I hold out a lot of hope for certain people. Like, I just know they're going to be really great at this business if they will just give it a shot, right? And I'm not hounding them or anything, but I do, over the years, have contacted them. Like, it's okay to just find new people. And especially like the 6 squared strategy, this is something that is a new twist on Young Living, or the way we have done things in the past. And so we might have a big desire for our team members to catch the vision, and they might not. So it's okay to just put that, Sue said it perfectly. Like, she went out and she built her team, and then her people like, oh, what you doing? So it's okay to just kind of support them where they're at and turn and go find new people, completely new people.
Yep.
And you're good at that, Mom. You're good at going and getting in new social circles and things.
Well, thanks for that.
Any other questions? Who's ready to set up some goals for 2019? Lisa? Rachel? Caitlin? Any questions?
I just hate this is ending. I'm sorry, I'm just going to throw that out there. This is the night my small group meets, and they're so used to me going, bye, early. And like tonight I had a big party, and they cleaned up for me. Oh, yeah. Gotta go do work. They're cleaning. It's been nice, but I really like this. It's been fun.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad you have enjoyed it. I know I have too. And
Learned a lot.
Here's what I look at. This Claiming Your Harvest may be ending, but that doesn't mean moving forward is stopping. So I want to that's why we're ending this the way we are, with goals and thinking about 2019. And then our next one next week, Sunshine. What is it next week? Because next week isn't the 30th.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah, next week is Christmas.
Oh, that's it. I was like,
I'm like, are we
Might be
doing
a
a
big
video?
holiday.
You're right.
I think maybe we were going to share a video.
Okay. But the main thing was the 30th is our next one, which is what I was thinking. I just couldn't remember why the 30th, and because it's like the 17th. So yeah, next week is Christmas.
Trish, I want those kids. They're so cute. Look at them loving on her. Just love it.
So what we really want to do at the end of December and before we finish up the Claiming Your Harvest, is just really celebrate everybody. So really be thinking about what you have accomplished during this time for 2018. Also, what you've learned to take forward with you as we move out of Claiming Your Harvest. And then Sunshine and I have been working hard behind the scenes, or maybe we've been playing behind the scenes, I'm not sure which, on the 6 squared strategy, which is the direction that her and I are going, and I know a lot of you are going too. We'll probably be going ahead and putting this goals setting over there to the 6 squared strategy for everybody to see instead of redoing it, unless we feel like we need to redo it. But moving that forward, because that's the direction. I know for me, setting these goals, how that got started is me, like I said, lying in bed going, okay, Lord, I don't even know how to set a goal other than say, hey, I want to be a diamond. I want to be a crown diamond. I want to be a royal crown diamond. What does that look like? How do I need to set these other goals? And that's not how I used to be. But as a physical therapist, we set goals for every single patient, and we are working towards those goals. And so taking that, I think it was when Gary Cox said, every day I write down my goals, and it was like this light switch came on, and I thought, that's what I had to do with my patients, is every time a patient would come in, I would look at what their goals were. Like, I wasn't just pulling things out of a box to work with this patient. If the goal that we set during their evaluation was to be able to, you know, I'm just going to say walk because that's the easiest thing to say, but for that person to be able to walk so far or be able to walk without a limp or whatever, that was our goal. So we would do the things that we needed to do to meet that goal. And that's how it is for this and any other part of our lives, is if we don't know what we're working towards, one, we're not going to know if we ever got there. And two, we're going to wake up and we're going to go, I want to do this. You know, a person may say, I want to walk, but if they don't do the little things to take the steps, have the strength and the movement and stuff, it's not going to happen. And the same thing with saying, I want to be a Royal Crown Diamond, but if I'm not willing to do the things to get the people onto my team and get to Diamond, get to Crown Diamond, work myself up to Royal Crown Diamond, then it's not going to happen. And we have done it in less than an hour, which is awesome for me.
Great information. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Any other questions before we end? And I will have, like I said, a sheet. Actually, I don't know if I can share that.
Do you want us to put our stories on the webpage?
I would love that, Sue.
I would love you and my people to do that, and I know Sunshine would love on theirs too, because how many people were inspired when Sue read her story?
I was. Yep.
Okay, so think about how many people you can inspire in Claiming Your Harvest in our group, Sunshine and I's groups, if you share your story. Okay, if you keep it to yourself, you know, that's going to help you. But think about all the other people you can help. And it's a great thing to share with your team and stuff too. I know last year to hit Diamond, one of the things was sharing my vision, and a lot of my team members didn't even know, you know, what my vision was. We've talked about it a few times in the 6 squared, but one of my goals was that my oldest son can go to college debt-free. And we've been able to accomplish that. He's a senior. He has 1 more year left. And that's been a great goal. We actually got something in the mail. I think it was just yesterday. And I actually had to laugh. But we've been paying extra on our mortgage every month. And it just sent me this nice little letter saying that we have paid off 19 months early. Like we're able to pay off 19 months earlier than we would have been, you know, before we paid the extra. And then they were asking, would you like to go ahead and pay for the rest of your 5 years that we owe on the house and save $150 a month now? I'm like, no, 19 months, you know, my plan's even having it done faster than that. But we have knocked off 19 months on our mortgage.
Wow.
But guess what? I set a goal of paying an extra amount every month. If I didn't set that goal, then it wouldn't have happened.
Can I share my scripture?
Yes.
I've probably read it before, but I just found it tonight. It's Proverbs 13:12, and this is out of the NIV. It says, hope deferred makes the heart sick, but a longing fulfilled is a tree of life. So I just love that. So I'm going to post that up here on my wall.
It's what?
It's Proverbs 13:12.
Nice.
Okay. Well, it is 9 o'clock. I've enjoyed it. Appreciate
You
each.
did great.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank
Our
you.
last meeting will be December 30th. That is a Sunday evening at 7 p.m. Let's celebrate each other.
It's the celebration. That's what it is. We might even have a few giveaways. So only if you're live.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Must be present to win.
And we may or may not share the repeat of the 30th. So I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right, ladies. Thank you very
All
much. Have a great evening.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.